What's going on, swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of I'm running out of t-shirts and I'm just going to start doubling up now. So I wasn't going to make a video, so I wasn't going to do my normal videos because it's obviously a bye week and the finals start next week. But there's been a lot of news today that I thought I'd like to, not address because that sounds so negative, that I thought I wanted to talk about. AllAustralian, Darcy Moore, Sam Murray, and just a little bit of other things that I thought I'd want to mention I can't mention in the other videos. So let's kick things off. There was a 40-man squad of the All-Australian announced today. 3 Collingwood players: Grundy, Pendles, Treloar, some very stiff. Where's Crispy? Where's Ruffy as well? I've had some people say, you know, what about Steele? Steele has had a good season, not as good as last year, but, you know, Ruffy especially, one of the best fullbacks in the game at the moment, you know, keeps the big forwards to 0, 1, 2 goals, but I think the stiffest one to miss out is Crispy. Having a really good season, bringing up really good numbers, one of the best halfbackers in the game, you know, according to us, I guess now, because no one in the AFL reckons that. But what I've done is I've compiled my list of, I don't know where it's going to be, here or here, who I think is going to be the All-Australian squad. And let's just whiz through it, eh? I put Nick Haynes there because I like the cut of his jib. Don't know much about him, but I like the cut of his jib. Harris Andrews, really good season for Brisbane. You know, part of their resurgence up the ladder. Of course, some of these West Coast players are going to feature. Shannon Hearn, Jeremy McGovern, some of the best marking defenders. They win you games and they're premiership defenders. I've got Dylan Grimes in there as well. Very underrated this season. Very goes about it in a nonchalant way, and that's why he's in there. Tim Kelly on the wing, second season in, really good player. Scotty in the middle, of course, he's having a really good season. I think it's better than his 2010, 2011 season when, you know, Collingwood were dominating. Paddy Cripps on that other wing. Obviously, the only thing that's good about Carlton at the moment is Paddy Cripps. If he wins a Brownlow, all the power. You right there, bud? If he wins a Brownlow, all the power to him, but I don't think that, you know, you should win a Brownlow if your team's playing that low because you're the only shining light, but that's for another video, I guess. I've got Charles Cameron on the half-forward flank, Big Ben Brown in the middle, Michael Walters, you know, clutch dude. Dustin Martin, you know, he does float forward for some games, so I've just put him in that pocket. We round off the forward line, of course. Jeremy Cameron, over 65 goals, kicked 9 in the last game against Gold Coast, and Gary Ablett in that pocket. For the followers, I've only gone with one ruck, and of course I'm going with Grundy. I feel like he's surpassed Max Gawn as well. And it's not just his tap work, it's his work around the ground, it's his work rate. He's putting up those midfield numbers. Lachie Neale as well, I've put him as a follower. One of the reasons why Brisbane are up there competing for the premiership this year. And of course, Adam Treloar, leading disposal getter in the AFL. Some of his finishing and kicking, not as effective, needs to lower his eyes a little bit, but you can't dispute, gathers the ball, leather poisoning, and all those other cliches. And it's hard, you know, with this interchange, I've put Fife, Dangerfield, Yeo, and McRae. Chose McRae over Bontempelli. McRae's having a better season than Bontempelli. McRae's just an all-rounder, and he goes from start to finish. With these interchanges, it's hard to leave some guys on the bench, but when you think about it, if this was a team playing against, you know, another team like, I don't know, the Netherlands or something, the interchange comes onto the ground. It's not like they stay there. So that's my All-Australian. You don't see it in this video because I forgot to record it, but my captain is Scott Pendlebury, of course, and my vice-captain is Lachie Neale. Another bit of positive news coming out of today is that Sam Murray has only been given an 18-month ban, which he served most of the term this year. You remember that incident from last year where he tested positive to an ASADA banned substance and he was subsequently banned from August that year, and he was just awaiting trial. And as of today, he's free to play next year, so which is really good. You see all the Instagram videos he posts. He can't train with the club at the moment, so he's training with Wangaratta and he's in the gym all the time, and it's just good. You know, he's a young kid. You don't want these things to stuff him up for the rest of his career. If he stays on Collingwood's list, if he goes to another club, wherever it may go, it's very positive that he's coming back. His mental health is right, and I know that he's just gonna hit it hard next year. I would love to see him stay on our list because the dozen or so games that he played, last year, he really showed glimpses of what he can do really quick off that half back line. You can see why Collingwood traded a future second rounder for him, because he does have a lot of potential, and I would love to see him, give him a couple more chances in that AFL team, in the senior team, and just to show us more of what he can do. So, great news, 2020, Sam Murray's year. The last bit of good news that came from today is that our boy Darcy Moore hasn't done another hamstring, so let's rejoice in that, bask in that, and he's going to be given every single chance to play next Friday night against Geelong. He'll have to pass 3 training sessions, but if it is just that hamstring tightness, he should be able to get through them. I had a comment from Rory Coughlin on my Instagram today, and he pretty much just took the words right out of my mouth. It's all up here now for Darcy Moore. He doesn't want to let the team down, and he has been riddled with injuries. His body could be 100%, but if his mind's only at 70, 80%, it already takes him away from the game. He's going to be like, I won't hit this ball hard, or I'll back out of this contest. I don't want to re-injure it. I don't want the team to go a guy down, and it's just a hard one, mental health is such a hard one, and if he does get that right by Friday night, I would love nothing more than to see him play. He is a weapon, he is a unit, he is a gun, and you don't want to see those players sit on the sidelines because they keep re-injuring the same thing, and it's just a cycle, a bad cycle, but a cycle nonetheless. Alright, so what I want to end this video on is this talk about Geelong, Chris Scott. Well, we should have played at, Cardinia Park or whatever the hell it's called now. It's like, dude, what are you talking about? Doesn't Cardinia Park or, GMHB, A, B, C, D, E, F, G Stadium hold like 50,000 people or something? You're versing Collingwood on a Friday night. There's going to be at least 92,000 people there. What are you going to get 50,000 supporters at a ground where, you got to travel an hour and a bit out, which is, fair enough, that's their home ground, whoop-de-doo. But like, come on, mate. What are you talking about? Yeah. Hello. You're dreaming, dude. They're never going to play a final at Cardinia Park. What, you want the grand final there too? 50 years at the MCG, mate. Get used to it, bud. Alright, so that was been my quick fire catch up. Let me know if you want more of these throughout the postseason, pre-season, whatever the season is. All this news is going to start coming rapidly, so I'm probably going to do videos whenever I can. But in 2 days' time, on Wednesday the 28th, we're on the 26th now, so Wednesday the 28th, I'll be releasing that finals pump up. It's pretty much ready to go, and let me tell you, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to toot my own horn. I'll wait till you guys see it. Wednesday night, 7 PM, I guess it'll go up. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, share this around. There's a new one that I'm going to add. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, I'll swoop you later. And just a little bit of here and there, here, there, and everywhere else. But what the fuck was that? Oh. Jerry